All right, welcome to another episode of Between the Branches in Your Neighborhood, presented by Carnell Homes Incorporated in partnership with Cokaway Realty, LLC. I am your host, Joshua Carnell, a fellow veteran and local realtor here in Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, and surrounding areas. For today's guest, I have with me Debbie Louie-Vandevelde.
Yes.
Right.
Pretty
Okay. All
close.
right. All right, and she's a retired Navy vet. Her and her husband actually, they're both retired Navy, and she's also owner and operator of Vandeloo Acres in Corrales. How are you this morning?
I'm very good, thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming out and taking the time to chat with me this morning.
Yes.
So we mentioned you're a Navy vet, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
20 plus years in the Navy.
Yes. About 22 and a half.
22 and a half.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then, so what did you do in the Navy?
When I first joined the Navy, I was a supply clerk.
Okay.
And so I would, do supply inventory and restocking. And then I switched rates over to become a CB.
Okay.
And so as a CB, I was a builder, carpenter.
All right.
And really enjoyed that a whole lot better than doing inventory.
Oh yeah, I bet. So what do CBs do? What's the purpose of CBs in the Navy?
Well, we were it started, probably around the 1940s or somewhere around there.
Okay.
And it was a construction unit that would go out and basically in the beginning, build runways for the troops to come in to Guam and other places in the Pacific. And if you ever watched the movie The Fighting Seabees with John Wayne, that's a good one to tell you all about what the Seabees really did.
All right.
And then eventually we became kind of a combat unit where we learned to protect the assets that we were building. And so
yeah, so my time in the Air Force, for the first 10 years I worked on injection systems.
Mm-hmm.
And then I cross trained at my 10-year mark. And then my last 2 years in, I was in Red Horse, which is the Air Force equivalent to the Navy Seabees.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very high paced and it can get crazy at times. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And your husband as well, he was a CB as well, right?
Yes, and he was an equipment operator, so we kind of both worked together with building projects, and I really enjoyed it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then after when I was not working with the CBs, I had a civilian job as a carpenter.
Okay.
Working at the military hangar in Lemoore.
All right.
Modeling stuff. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. You were able to transition out of the military into a civilian job with the skills that you learned.
Yes.
And developed in the military. That's pretty awesome. So, in your time in, what are some highlights?
Well, the traveling was, spectacular, going different places. We went to Korea, which is probably our number one place. We went to Thailand and then we were deployed, both of us, to Kuwait and Iraq in 2003, 2004.
Okay.
And then in 2010, we went to Dubai for a year, which was another awesome deployment, even though we weren't working as technically as CBs.
Right.
We did have some skills that they used, and I ended up becoming a 50 cal machine gunner on our 34-foot patrol boats.
There you go. That's awesome. That is awesome. So, that's an amazing weapon to fire.
Yes, I had a great time.
It truly is awesome.
Yeah.
So then you guys got out the military. Are you from New Mexico originally?
No, we're both. I'm originally from California. My husband was born in Oregon and then moved down to Southern California. But we met in the CBs.
Okay, all right. So what brought you guys to New Mexico?
Well, we sold our farm that was in California. We had a 500-acre farm, raising cotton, alfalfa, corn, a lot of row crops. And
right.
So then in 2017, the farm had been in his family for, a long time,
right.
Since his grandfather. And then they decided, since the water issue was getting kind of difficult to continue farming, his dad decided to sell the whole thing.
All right.
And then we didn't know where we were going to move. And so we came out here to visit his sister who lives in Santa Fe, and
Okay.
we looked around here and fell in love with Corrales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corrales is amazing. And
Yeah.
so like I live in Rio Rancho here, and Corrales is kind of next door, is like right next door to us. It's kind of in between us and Albuquerque. And Corrales is just an amazing community.
Oh, I love it. It's
Like
just been wonderful.
the people are fantastic. The atmosphere is second to none. I think anyway. You know, I grew up in South Carolina, and
Yeah.
we grew up on farms and stuff. So it's nice to see the greenery and everything in
Yes.
Corrales. Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that was my concern about moving. I hadn't lived in a neighborhood with
Right.
a bunch of houses around me, and then it was like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do now? And
Right,
we
right.
both like to be outside working with our hands and in the
Right.
earth. So then when we found Corrales and then we found our house, we just fell in love with it.
That's awesome. That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
And then so now you guys have another operation, Vandeloo Acres.
Yes.
All right. So how long have you guys been running Vandeloo Acres?
Well, I officially started it last year.
Okay.
In 2022. And then I just sell most of what I make and stuff at the downtown growers market in Albuquerque.
Okay.
And we sell some fresh produce. A lot of the fruit that we grow, I make jams and jellies and sell that.
All right.
And then we raise Navajo Choro sheep, and I get them sheared, and I process the wool, and I sell the wool, or I make other items with it.
Oh, that's awesome. So you guys are straight up from like farm to table,
Yes,
or like into the economy with it. That's awesome. So, and you guys do all of this, just you and your husband?
Yes, just the two of us.
All right, I got you.
I think it's a lot more work than it was having the big farm,
right?
Because it's more labor intensive because it's just the two of us, and we don't have the big equipment,
right,
or farm laborers to come help us.
Right. No, I understand. How many acres do you guys have now?
Almost 2 acres.
Almost 2 acres.
Yes.
All right. So, and then off that 2 acres, that's where you guys do the produce and
yes.
The livestock and stuff like that.
Yes.
All right.
And I'm going to get a cow.
All right.
I just got my name on the list to get a miniature cow, although it's just going to be a pet.
Right.
I think we want to just kind of turn that one section into like a petting zoo area.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you mentioned that you do a lot at like the farmers market and the growers market and Corrales and stuff like that. Where else can people find you and your products?
They can just email me because I don't really at this point have a website yet. I'm too busy really to put that together. But I'd like to. And
the website offers so many more challenges too, because right now, people email you and say, hey, I want, XYZ, and you're like, okay, so you have time to put it together.
Yeah.
When you have the website and you're actually starting to get online orders, it increases production time, I feel, by like quite a bit. So
and it's just me making the jams and doing the knitting and stuff. So I'm always busy.
Right. Oh yeah.
Even when I'm watching TV.
Absolutely.
My hands are going.
Right. Yeah, so that's cool. So Vandeloo Farms, or Vandeloo Acres.
Yes.
So what do you do in your spare time? Do you like give back to the community? Do you participate in anything? Or?
Yeah, I'm part of the Kiwanis group of Corrales.
Okay.
So I volunteer with that. I'm part of the Tractor Club, which we help participate with the Harvest Festival.
Right.
I'm in the Historical Society in Corrales, so I volunteer with that. I'm in charge of what they call the Shop in the Basket, which is the little gift shop that they put together. It's kind of like a portable gift shop when we have events. So I do all their purchasing and, keep inventory of what they've got. And so there comes my supply clerk training.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
And then I'm also with the VFW and volunteer with them when they have events going on.
Okay.
And then just other little various groups in town. And I'm in a group called Las Arañas, which is the Knitters and Weavers Guild, Spinners and Weavers Guild in Albuquerque.
Okay. Oh my God, you're so busy.
I don't have much free time.
Right. Yeah. Well, let me tell you, I do appreciate you taking time to come talk with us
Yes.
today. And so what we'll do is at the in the description of the video, what we'll do is we'll have Debbie's contact information. We'll have her phone number and email there. And later on, if you do get a website,
Mhm.
we'll add that to the description
Okay.
as well.
You
And
don't know anybody who's interested in helping with that?
right, right. Um, so yeah, I would like to thank you for coming on here today and taking the time to talk to me. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And yeah, hopefully you guys will get in touch with Debbie and get some of this amazing products that she makes from
Yes.
her from her little farm.
Yes, I have
So.
like over 70 varieties of jam and jelly.
Oh, that is so awesome. That is so awesome. So, Debbie, do you have anything else for me or anything else?
No, not really. I've just, enjoy, and I appreciate your asking me to come on.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
talk.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you mentioned you were part of the Corrales Tractor Club.
Yes.
I'm also a part of the Corrales
Yes.
Tractor Club. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's a great group of people, and it's just, like I said, it's an amazing community.
Yes. Well,
So-
I am noted for my nice bright pink tractor
Yes,
that's always
absolutely.
on display.
Yep. So during the Harvest Festival, it's down at the church.
Yes.
Usually.
Yes.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, Debbie, thank you again. I appreciate it. And like I said, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you guys next time.